On to some Nerd News Network.
Yeah, a bit of a interesting week of news.
I'm going to try and stay as calm as possible for this first bit of news, but I am
Okay.
I am vibrating with excitement. Watch Dogs movie.
Nearly made a joke there. Would have been
Don't.
so bad.
There is a Watch Dogs movie happening. I make no secret of the fact that Watch Dogs, the first one, is one of my favorite games of all time. I fucking adore that game. To the point where I'm almost scared to ever replay it in case it like dents it at all for me. That game is a very special part of my heart for a number of reasons, and as a result, I love the franchise, even if it's not always that good.
Yeah.
The concept of a movie, there are so many cool stories to be told there, and if they can do a good job, it will be phenomenal. If that movie is good, I said on Twitter, I will become a whole new level of unbearable.
It needs to be good because
I need it to be good. I can't stomach a bad one.
Unfortunately, the Watch Dogs world could be it's that sort of setting that is either you write a great story and you nail it, or it comes across as a very cheesy universe and a very cheesy attempt at like this cyber hacker story. And they need to be careful because it
Yeah.
could very easily be really bad.
That's why I love Watch Dogs 1 so much more than Watch Dogs 2 and Legion. Because Watch Dogs 1 is your Aiden Pierce, you are like a retired hacker who's trying to get revenge. And then over the course of the story, you find out you're trying to get revenge because you were hacking for money and it got your niece killed. And you can never forgive yourself. And you're trying to get revenge for that. That is a story ready for the cinema.
Yeah.
Then in Watch Dogs 2, you're in San Francisco, you're playing 9 million different characters.
Yeah.
And it's just fuck the establishment.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love fuck the establishment as much as the next guy. In fact, I'm willing to put out there the only person who loves fuck the establishment in the entire world more than me is Brendan Lee Mulligan, and I would give anything to be on that level. Maybe if Horry ever drops me and him will start a podcast just called "Fuck the Establishment." But it's just such a tonal shift that it was quite, for me who loved the first Watch Dogs, although I still enjoyed Watch Dogs 2 for the quality of the gameplay, the tonal shift was crazy, and I hope this film tells a story more like the original Watch Dogs game than the others, because I just think it's a more compelling story.
Yeah.
Also, don't fuck up like hacking dialogue and the way it looks visually, because anyone who spent a lot of time with computers,
yeah, you're gonna get ripped. That's what. Yeah.
It would be so, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously Watch Dogs makes it crazy easy, but the idea is they've already done all the hard work anyway. You're just pressing the button at the end. To avoid like the 80s hacker trope of I'm in the mainframe. just please get someone who
just there
knows
with the
what
green
they're talking
text.
about.
Yeah. Right.
Get someone who is a specialist in cybersecurity, pirate software,
to
come in and just do a sense check of your script and just go, that makes no sense, even to a layman. Don't say that.
Yeah. Yeah. That I think that's what will sell or kill that world.
Absolutely.
That story.
That's why video game. I mean, we should be positive. We have seen more video game lands than misses in the last year, 2 years, 3 years. So maybe we should be more positive than negative.
True. Hopefully they are paying attention to what's worked and they are listening to that.
Because there is a very cool story to be told here. And like I said, if it's good, I'm never going to let anyone hear it down. So stop preying on its downfall, peep. Fallout Season 2 is coming as fast as possible, according to the showrunner. But it is still in early development, according to the Hollywood Reporter. It takes as long as it takes.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they would have presumed it was going to get greenlit, and they might have started like the rough story ideas of what would be next. But it only got greenlit after the first season came out.
And for better or worse, Bethesda do also have to greenlight whatever story they want to tell. So the writers might have had a story they love, but if Bethesda's like, no, we're doing a story similar to that, you have to do something different, that's going to be a problem.
Why is there a part of me that wants these people that have no understanding of Bethesda and have watched Fallout 1 and loved it. Like, oh my god, this is cool. We should get a season 2 of this. I want them to learn more. Why do I want them to feel the pain as us gamers have felt having to wait for the next installment from Bethesda? Make them wait 6 years for Elder Scrolls 6. Like,
make them wait 6 years and then release something the quality of Fallout 76. Yeah.
yeah, let them wait 6 years and then they just re-release Fallout Season 1, but on like VR.
Did you see that meme? Sorry, about Watch Dogs. Not Watch Dogs. The Last of Us.
Oh yeah. The fact that
it was put in Discord, wasn't
remastered.
it? Let
Yeah.
me find it. I put it in there, I think. Said, did you see the joke? I'm pretty sure I sent it to people.
I think I did read it.
Yeah, I'm going to read it out for the people. Yeah, there are a lot of people asking how there could be a season 3 and 4 for the TV show of The Last of Us when The Last of Us 3 video game isn't even out yet. The good news is season 3 will likely be released after The Last of Us 3 because we'll get season 1 remaster, season 1 remake, season 2 remaster, and season 2 remake first. Which, for anyone who's a fan of the games, will understand that The Last of Us has been... There's more remakes and remodels than originals at this point. It's crazy. I think they should do that Fallout 2. It'd be really funny. Now, this is more of a discussion point than bit of nerdy news, but I didn't know really where else to put it. So some BTS footage from Bad Boys Ride or Die has come out.
Yes.
That shows off one of the action scenes where Will Smith is operating the camera with the handle for the camera mounted onto the bottom of his gun.
Yes.
So that you can show like a really insane up close to that, and then he can also turn the camera to show what he's aiming at. Very, very cool. Someone tweeted and they said, with this kind of source from the directors in like how to make a film and like the concept of that, they refuse to believe that Batgirl was so bad it was unreleasable because it's the same director, the same directing partnership.
Yeah, the cinematography we've seen from Bad Boys and like these camera rigs that they've done to really sell action, and like the final shot of it is so impressive. It looks so cool. Like, yeah, it does question. There's no way they weren't using this stuff in Batgirl, building rigs to get cool shots and whatnot and being creative that way. It's like, yeah, I'm also on the same page of like, there's no way it was so bad that it was unreleasable.
And additionally to that, this directing partnership are one of the directing groups that have been linked with potentially taking over the second Spider-Man trilogy of the MCU. After this BTS footage, there have been a lot of people going, hand them the keys. Because here's the thing,
build a
Spider-Man
cool
is the kind of character where, like, thinking about filmmaking in this way and wanting to do stuff like that really lends itself to a Spider-Man kind of character. It doesn't obviously need to be like a one-to-one replica where you got like a super up close. But if this is the way they think about making a film, they will have some really cool ideas of what to do with a character like Spider-Man. And I also completely agree. There is no way with some of the dross that has been released into cinemas that Batgirl was so bad it was unreleasable when these guys clearly have such an artistic vision.
I still believe Batgirl was a tax dodge.
Absolutely. It's disgusting that's even allowed. If you vote for me in the general election, I'll make it legal.
Careful, you might get a milkshake in your face.
I wouldn't arrest someone for throwing a milkshake, especially if I deserved it because I'm a cunt.
Not to get political or anything on this podcast.
The Next Avengers movie may be Marvel's largest ever production with a reportedly and truly insane 60+ characters.
Damn.
So apparently the idea is less to do what they did in Endgame and Infinity War, where you have like little teams, and do more of a traditional ensemble.
Right.
I'm still not confident that works with 60 characters. But here's the thing. Marvel were getting a lot of shit anyway. I'm kind of willing to risk the film not being as good as it could be, just in case they pull it off.
True. Wait, which one's the Next Avengers one? Was it Kang Dynasty?
Yes.
Okay. In before the 60+ characters are just Kang variants.
Imagine like
That's just it's just a bait.
the assistant in the PR department's been told you need to leak that there's going to be loads of characters in the film because of all the Kang variants we're doing. And they're like, how much fun am I allowed to have? And they're like, as long as you don't make it 100% certain there's just a bunch of variants, have as much fun as you want. And they're like, okay, bet.
But I mean, yeah, if they like, I'm with you. If they can pull off having like 60 plus characters, even if it's just, I'm down with it being like end game level, like fight moment with all them characters, but rather than it just showing us pockets, like it does like a fucking hop from character to character, like it all in the same fucking huge fight or something, like pulling something like
you
that
mean
off.
like one of the best things they did in an Avengers film, in Avengers Age of Ultron, where it did a very smooth transition from character to character? Yeah, give me that fight scene, but with 60 characters. And I will sit here and I will not shut up about it for 3 episodes straight. Here's the thing, we've got to put our money where our mouth is here. We've said for months on end now, we want Marvel to try outrageous, crazy, dangerous things and see what pays off. This is one of them things. Do I think they can pull it off? No, I think it's very, very difficult to pull off, and I think it's practically impossible to tell a good story while pulling off the ensemble of that size. Do I want them to try it just in case they can? Absolutely.
Here's the thing: if they try it in the next Avengers movie and succeed, it means Secret War is going to be even better.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is when they need to be able to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
So
yeah, interesting. Worth keeping an eye on. Hope Van Dyne, aka Wasp actress Evangeline Lilly, is stepping away from acting. She heard she had to share the screen with 59 other characters, and went, fuck that shit, I'm out. That is not a quote. That's a meme. No. Fucking hell, before I get sued.
For slander.
Yeah. She said that she just needs to take a break. She doesn't know if she will ever return to Hollywood. She's not said she's definitely gone forever, but she said she's not sure she wants to come back. Does it suck a little bit? Wasp was a fun character. I think she's a good actress. However, she's also a little bit of a bigot, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, maybe a bigot's the wrong word. She's maybe not the most socially conscious person we've seen. She was a little bit anti-vax during COVID and stuff.
Do we feel this is partly come from how poorly Ant-Man was received?
Ant-Man Quantumania?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because if that's the case, and then Marvel's gone, okay, we're not touching anything Ant-Man for a while, even though your characters are alive. Sorry, you're getting shelved because we don't want to risk that mess again. So she's like, well, I'm not contracted for any more Marvel films at the moment. Bye.
I've got a feeling that we are getting a soft reboot that I'm peddling. That's my agenda at the minute. We're getting a soft reboot. I've got a feeling they're like, we would only use you again for the Avengers films. So here's the contract. That she'll have an idea of kind of the scale we're looking at here. She'll know there's a reboot coming potentially because it's just a 2-film deal, and she's gone, no, I'm out. And they've gone, well, we're not going to offer you any more money for it because we're trying to get all these characters in. People literally won't notice you're not there, which is fair. Other than like 3 characters, if a certain character's missing, most people won't notice. So yeah, I mean, it sucks. She's a big part of the MCU, but she's got to do what she's got to do.
Not on here, but also keeping with Marvel actors. Did you see that Robert Downey Jr. has said he's even more willing to return as Iron Man because he actually misses playing that role?
Yeah. He what was it? The direct quote was something like, "It's so in my DNA, and I'm starting to realize how much I miss it." What I've noticed a lot, and I'm not like this might come across as me trying to slander the actors here. I'm not. I have no issue with any of them doing this. When a lot of the big guys who are part of the MCU got away from it, they were all quite happy. And a lot of people took that as, see, the MCU was hell, the actors hated it. And now a lot of them are like being quite defensive of the MCU. And I think what people are forgetting is, it's not like a normal 9 to 5. Yeah, they get paid very well. I'm not saying they're hard done by. But it's so intense for so long that it will start to wear on you. So when you leave, you will be happy. You'll be like, yes, that's over. I get to go and do fun, weird, goofy projects that I haven't been able to do for ages. And like for Robert Downey Jr., he went from no one to everyone while he was in the MCU because Hollywood was done with him before Stan Lee was like, no, I like this kid, give him a chance. So he all of a sudden got the chance to do stuff he might never have got the chance to do before. But now they're going, okay, yeah, I've stepped away from it and I'm looking back at it, and actually, yeah, it was rough. Yeah, it was long hours. Yeah, it was really intense, and it made me so famous that it made me go
Mm,
from like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr. over there, to oh my god, that's fucking Tony Stark, that's Iron Man.
yeah.
Grab 3 generations of my family because we all want to meet him. Like, it's a whole level of fame that
Yeah.
like only Robert Downey Jr. has ascended to that level of fame that people like the tier below Beatles or Michael Jackson experience.
Mm.
No one is ever mentally prepared for that.
All playing one character as well.
Exactly. So I'm not surprised that now that he's had a few years away, he's like, it was fun. We know
Yeah.
they had fun doing it. They got on so well, that original OG cast. They all loved their characters. They got to see children's faces literally beam and light the world up because of what they were doing while getting paid millions of dollars. How could you not love it?
Yeah, true.
I'm not surprised that these stories, and they're all coming out around the same time now that a lot of the big guys are going on, and now they've been separated long enough, they look back and they go, was it rough? Yeah, but you know what? Fucking loved every second of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at all. I would love to see RDJ suit up as Iron Man one more time in my life, just once more.
Yeah.
Secret War. I
It
think it'd
wouldn't.
be beautiful.
I think that's the only way they can faithfully do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless they want to wait like 30 years, at which point it'd be like 90.
Do an old man Iron Man or something.
Yeah. Jeff Snyder, aka the In Schneider, he was a reporter for a number of years. He's now branched out on his own. Very, very good reporter. Has reported that Jordan Peele is discussing an undisclosed upcoming project for Marvel.
Interesting.
This wheels back to us going, we want them to take more risks.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what we want to see. Jordan Peele's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The man that made his name as part of Key and Peele, one of the best comedy skitters in the world. And then he was like, I'm going to start directing. And everyone was like, oh, you're going to do comedy films? He's like, no, I'm going to do fucking horror films.
Yeah.
And he's made some of the most critically acclaimed horror films in the last 10 years.
Mm.
Whatever he wants to do, Marvel let him. As long as
To be fair,
as long as his plan isn't something that royally fucks your large overarching plan, let him.
yeah. I mean, he's been doing horror films. Maybe we can actually get a horror Marvel film like we talked about.
If he wants to come on and like do Midnight Suns and do like
Yeah.
a really intense story there, let him. Jordan Peele is like a fantastic director. That's not even up for debate. He just is.
Mm.
If Marvel are now at a point where they're starting to attract this caliber of director, give him the keys. Give him the fucking keys. You're going to get more shit if he's discussing, say, Midnight Suns, just because it's the only project that we know is happening that would automatically be assumed would be a Jordan Peele kind of film. If it comes out that he's gone in for that and you don't give it to him and you give it to someone who does a terrible job, people are going to be like, you wanted to do a horror film, Jordan Peele was interested and you didn't let him do it. Idiots.
Yeah.
Whereas if Jordan Peele comes in and does it and it's not bad, people go, oh, Jordan Peele really missed this time. You Marvel themselves will take less flack if Jordan Peele comes in and the film ends up not being good. But I'm also very confident that if Jordan Peele comes in and does the film, it will be good.
It's solid, yeah.
Yeah. Let good directors direct.
Speaking of things that are going to flop.
Oh, don't tell me you're being a negative Nelly.
Venom trailer didn't. I mean.
So I do have a couple of issues.
Okay.
But I'm going to start with the big positive.
Okay.
One of the things I've said for about a year straight is I need comic book films to be more outrageous, more campy, more cartoony.
Yeah.
This film's got that.
Yeah.
Venom Horse was fucking lit. No one can convince me otherwise.
I will say Venom Horse was very funny.
Like,
I enjoyed that.
The DNA of the way they're trying to do the film looks good and what I want. I am concerned about the story. It looks like they've taken the bar that was in the MCU, where a little bit of Venom was left behind, and now that's in the main Sony universe.
Unless they're tricking us and they're showing us 2 universes.
Which is just weird, and it's going to get confusing, and I don't like it. And honestly, at this point, Marvel might have a case to sue Sony for like trying to destroy their business.
So I have a theory on the bar thing. It does,
Okay.
like you say, it seems like they are now using that, which then everyone's like, okay, so they're retconning their involvement in Far From Home. I wonder if they pitched, look, we want you to use, or they were like, they did that little collaboration thing. They obviously then were like, probably saying it has to be Tom Hardy as Venom. Or like they were pushing something too hard that Marvel just went, yeah, no, we'll do it our own way, thanks.
Yeah.
To which then Sony's gone, well, fine then, we're taking back our, like, we're retconning that scene then. And spat their dummy out, essentially, because they didn't get their, they pushed too hard on Marvel to get involved and bring their shitty universe into it.
Yeah.
And Marvel was like, no. So then they've spat their dummy out and they're retconning it.
As we said last week, we've got the rumor that they're introducing a 10-year-old Peter Parker. People think they've spotted him and Aunt May in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Because there is there's a
10-year-old boy there,
lady and a 10-year-old boy with brown hair.
Ah.
So like with that rumor, it's not crazy to go,
Yeah.
oh, maybe that's Peter Parker. Like it's a bit of a reach, but it's not like stupid reach. And that's my issue. Sony have no direction overall. I think this film's going to be fun. I think this film's going to be panned unfairly. It might be a good film, but however good it is, it's going to be treated like a film that's half as good.
Yeah. I think people will come out and say, like, Tom Hardy was great as Venom as always. He does that character justice and had fun with it, but the story just felt all over or something like that.
Absolutely. If they just give me a very easy to follow story that does make sense and an hour and a half of Venom horse type shenanigans, I'll be like, you know what? It's a decent comic book project.
Yeah.
If they make the story too complicated or they baited us with Venom horse and that's the only thing like that, I'll be upset. Because that is exactly what comic book movie projects should be like. And it's like I'm not switching up now because I don't want to like blast Tom Hardy. But I've been saying for about a year that I need more camp, outrageous comic book moments. Venom horse is lit.
What if, like Madam Web,
Yeah,
which I didn't see, they've teased us with Venom horse, and it's going to be like the suits in Madam Web, where they're literally on scene for like
just one scene.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get any more of that fucking horrific RDA, we'll be fine. So yeah, that is our Nerd News Network for the week. Not too much, but some interesting stuff to ponder.